It's time again for Legal Talk here on eRadio with Hahn Hahn attorneys, and joining us again today from Hahn Hahn's Department of Food and Consumer Law is Isabella Mazzone, and today discussing the legal status of meat analogues and vegan alternative products here in South Africa. Isabella, welcome back. Nice to chat to you again.
Hi, Ian. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Yes.
Happy 2025.
And to you, fresh from Italy. Here she is.
Yes, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll.
Excellent. So, Isabella, first things first, what on earth is a meat analog or a vegan alternative product?
Well, I'm sure everyone has their own idea of what that might mean, but legally speaking, meat analogues were previously defined in our own processed meat and raw processed meat regulations. However, there's been a lot of controversy around this issue, including, a seizure notice and a communique, which was issued to the industry mid-2022. And then there was a subsequent court application launched by the CGCSA on behalf of their members in 2023. And that court application was successful, and it interdicted the Department of Agriculture from seizing these meat analog products. However, since then, the definitions that were in those regulations have actually been removed through an amendment which was done mid to the end of last year. So we actually don't currently have a legal and enforceable definition of a meat analog. However, if I have to look at the previous definition, it was defined as a product that approximates the aesthetic qualities, such as primary texture, flavor, and appearance, or the chemical characteristics of a specific type of meat. And it's made from non-meat ingredients and available in different forms, such as coarse ground meat analogues, emulsified meat analogues, and loose fill, etc. But as it currently stands, we are definitionless until something else happens. However, when it comes to the vegan alternative products, such as your almond milks and that's very, very clearly defined in the R1510 dairy regulations, where they define them as imitation dairy products. And here it means any product other than a dairy product or a fat spread that is of animal or plant origin and in general appearance, presentation, and intended use corresponds to a dairy product. So these types of products are a lot less controversial and have actually been regulated really well by the R1510 dairy regulations since 2020 already.
And do we currently have any laws in place to regulate these types of products here in South Africa, Isabella?
Well, like I said, when it comes to the imitation dairy products, it's been very well regulated. And it's been dealing with products such as imitation milks, imitation cream, imitation cheese, even imitation condensed milk, and cultured imitation dairy products, which I've seen a lot recently. You get the cultured coconut milk, which is almost like a yogurt made from coconut milk. And these are very popular products on the shelves at the moment. So it is very well and clearly regulated there. However, like I said, when it comes to the meat analogues, we're currently in what I like to call a legal limbo. I mean, there's nothing that's currently in place. However, the Department of Agriculture is in the process of drafting the meat analog regulations. And in fact, the last date for comments on the first draft, which was published at the end of 2024, were due today. So that's been a lot of what has kept me busy today is submitting all of the comments on behalf of our clients. So there is some movement on that front, and we do expect that these regulations will be finalized by the end of the second quarter of this year. So we'll see. It is on the department's top priority list because obviously it's of great importance after all the controversy and the applications to court by industry. It's also obviously on the tips of everyone's tongues as more and more consumers are moving towards eating less animal products. And the department wants to ensure that these products are well regulated so as to ensure that the products that are made are in no way misleading to the South African consumers.
Okay, and then finally, any interesting things that we can expect to see from the new regulations coming in?
Well, I mean, what we can see so far, based on the draft that we've received from the department and that's been published in the Government Gazette, is that vegan burgers will finally be back. So those who know will know that there was a lot of issues by the department. They were not happy with the use of certain terms which are already regulated under the processed meat regulations, such as burgers and sausages, those kinds of processed meats. So now we're seeing that they are now going to be including it into the regulation to allow for it to be used mutually by both vegan meat analogues as well as the processed meat products. Another interesting component is the new proposed definition of meat analog, which will now include plant-based, algae-based, bacterial-based, as well as fungi-based products. So they're now proposing to allow a wider variety of these types of vegan alternative products onto the market, which will give the consumers a lot more options in terms of what they can expect to see on the shelves. The naming and the labeling of these products will also be really strictly regulated, which is good because it ensures that the consumers are then adequately and accurately informed about what these products actually consist of. So industry so far has really welcomed this draft regulation because it will allow for greater innovation in the sector. And, you know, us legal eagles are definitely keeping our eyes peeled for what's to come.
Well, certainly sounds very interesting, Isabella. Thank you so much. Very, very insightful once again.
No problem, Ian. We'll definitely keep you updated on this topic.
Please. That's especially for our vegans who listen. But that was Isabella Mazzone from Hahn Hahn Attorneys, Department of Food and Consumer Law, for this week's Legal Talk.
Are you or your business in trouble and struggling to find a solution? Call Hahn Hahn Attorneys as we assist clients in finding solutions. We specialize in consumer and food law, commercial and construction law, forensic investigations and administrative law. Visit hahnlaw.co.za. That's HAHN. We assist clients nationwide. Hahn Hahn Attorneys, because we care. Don't miss Legal Talk with Hahn Hahn Attorneys, Wednesday mornings at 10 on eRadio.